Hello, welcome back. Thank you for tuning in yet again to a Valorant stream. If this is your first time, thank you for joining us.
Today is a really big game because if we win this game against Buffalo, we are going to make playoffs, and if we don't, then it's going to be a lot harder, and we're going to have to, a lot of things won't be in our control. So hopefully we take this one against Buffalo. I mean, from what we've heard, Buffalo is like bottom 3, so it shouldn't be too hard as long as the Valorant, they lock in, they use their fundamentals. We've seen like a lot of improvements and a lot of ups and downs in the past few games. So hopefully they understand how important it is today and we see a complete wipeout.
Yes, I'm hoping for that too. There's a lot at stake. This could be our last Valorant stream of the season if the team is not able to pull it together and win this. So we're hoping that you guys can keep watching us. So yeah, we're really hoping that this team can win this today.
Fortunately, we are going to have a little bit of a switch up today. We are going to go into Corrode for our first map, but we are actually going to see Abyss for our second map, and then Split is going to be our decider. So we're not going to see the same, maps that we've been seeing, which is just Corrode, Bind. And we're going to play defense on all 3 maps, so that gives us a pretty good basis. If we do good defense on Corrode, maybe we'll do good defense on Abyss. So hopefully we can feel that out and figure out what Buffalo is doing.
Yeah, definitely. And Buffalo did find out that we've been doing good on Bind, so they insta-banned it. They did not want us to play Bind today, which is okay, because we've been doing okay on Road. So, and I'm excited to see Abyss, and if we do make it to Split, that would be cool too, because a lot of change up.
Yeah, when we last played Abyss, it was a little bit rough. There wasn't complete even matchup, so I'm hoping to see a little bit more from CMU going into that map, but what do you think we'll expect for Corrode?
With Corrode, I'm really hoping with the practice we've had that we will be able to clean up some of our issues that we've been having. And I'm just hoping that since we are very comfortable with a lot of our agents on Corrode, that we will see more of that good util being used here.
Yeah, hopefully we've talked about a lot of issues kind of like with movement gaps and kind of not pushing. I hope, especially with last game, we realized that we are going a little bit too slow, or we're not pushing enough, or we're not being patient enough. So I hope like a lot of the issues are a little bit more apparent now for them.
Yeah, and it looks like we're loading in. We see an interesting choice of agents here. I'm excited to see the neon that the other team is playing and see how that's used, since we've seen it be really good on Corrode and really bad on Corrode. So
yeah,
Really
The
good.
more interesting thing is Neon is not alone. They've decided to go Neon and Waylay. So hypothetically, their attack might be a little bit harder for CMU to defend on. So hopefully we're ready for that. It's kind of a hard thing to brace because we haven't seen double duelists really that much, especially like during this season. And then we're gonna have like 3 other agents that we don't see on Corrode a lot as well. So hopefully CMU is ready for that and how to kind of counterplay.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, it's going to be really interesting because Central is starting on defense, so Central really needs to make sure to hold them back. But then once they get onto attacking, this could be really beneficial for Central Michigan to be able to win this.
Yeah, especially because when they switch sides, it's going to be so much harder for Buffalo to do stuff on defense because they have 2 duelists, and that's a lot harder for them to defend without kind of having a little bit of
back here.
like a little bit of attack kind of spice with it.
Going into our pistol round, we're really 50-50 for pistol round, so I'm hoping to win this one.
Yeah, we're gonna see Buffalo decided to go up through mid. Central's kind of surrounding them, but it's just gonna come down to when the smoke goes down and when they wait out all this utility. We're gonna see first contact like here, Stroganoff able to get to. Oh, we're getting
down,
3,
mid.
2 trades. We're out on top, but crazy reaction time from BeefStroganoff there.
Yeah, it is a 3-2. That was a bloodbath from both sides here. So really crazy. And then they are able to start planting. They're able to pick off one of us. Cloud getting picked.
That's gonna be a 2v2.
And we're really spread out here, so CMU is gonna have to take these 1v1s.
And this is just gonna be a little bit nerve-wracking. All Bimmel has is this in a classic. He really has to hit this shot, taking all the opportunities.
Last player standing.
To clear his corners. Now it's just up to Bannable and this kind of confusing Sage Wall.
Yeah, I'm a bit sad that Central did not play more together there. They were unfortunately too spread out to have time to connect and use that teamwork. So, unfortunately, did not really go well for Central even after our strong start.
Yeah, there was a little bit of disconnect there, kind of from Bimmel and Cloud. Probably should have waited a lot longer, get that Bannable, maybe use a blind paranoia, get on site first, and then react to it. You know, Buffalo has to turn their backs to main, but it was just because we had a really good start, especially like BeefStroganoff kind of saving it there. He was able to take care of 2 movement agents like no issue at all.
Yeah, so this next round's gonna be a lot harder for us, but we are able to pick off 2. Having a 3v3 in ours when we don't even have that
Enemy remaining.
Unfortunately, now there's only BeefStroganoff. Hey, I still think that's pretty good for us not having good guns.
Yeah, honestly, I wasn't reading the kill thing right, honestly.
Yeah.
But he does have a gun in his hands now, so he has a better chance of taking at least 1 out. And, you know, that makes it a lot harder for them to try and get a win on their bonus round.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm sure he's just gonna be out for blood here. Trying to get the guns out of Buffalo's hands.
Yeah, if anything, I think he should just wait until the bomb timer gets a little bit down and maybe get some exit kills.
Well, unfortunately getting picked.
Yeah, they're gonna react pretty fast to that, but we're gonna go into Central's full buy here.
Yeah, now we will see if Central, with the right guns, will be able to take Buffalo. They should win this round, hopefully.
Yeah, they should, because Buffalo doesn't have a full buy across all players right now. So as long as we take longer angles and we're a little bit more confident, like, you know, realizing, hey, we have the better guns, we have a better advantage in this fight, and also just sticking together a little bit more. And we're going to have ult on the board very soon going into the next round, so that will be interesting to see who gives who what alt point.
Yeah, and looks like most of Buffalo's gonna maybe go towards A. It looks like they're testing the waters. Oh, and maybe they're backing out now.
Yeah, they're going a little bit slower for some reason, trying to take some space mid. BeefStroganoff's gonna try and deny that. Looks like they're rotating towards B. Leaving a player at A though, hopefully to get a pick.
Hopefully Cloud is ready for this.
Oh, he's not.
Unfortunate there. Yeah, unfortunate to see Cloud miss a little bit there, since we usually see some very good aim from him. But,
Yeah, that's unfortunately gonna put the rifle in the hands of Buffalo. Try and make their buy just a little bit more coherent.
And Buffalo already having an ult on the board.
Yeah, and so they're probably gonna try and play post plant if they need to. They can pop that Bimmel whenever.
And all of a sudden, it is a 3-3. I was expecting CMICH to do a little bit better here.
But there we go.
That was really disappointing. What do you think that Central should have done better during this round?
I think it was really lucky that we were able to take out the Brimstone because we were worried about that ult. I don't know if we were super conscious of that, but additionally, I think we kind of just failed mechanically there because, as we saw, Cloud had an opportunity to get 2 Bannable, and, you know, another teammate had an opportunity to get 2 there, and, you know, despite using utility and flashing, we died to, like, a close contact gun, so I think maybe we should have taken the angle a little bit wider, and that could have probably minimized the damage from the Bucky, but I think we're just not doing super well mechanically, and maybe we need to just warm up a few rounds.
Yeah. And I hope we do warm up soon, because we're gonna need it. But, yeah, we're going in. Will Bannable be able to get this?
He does, while stunned. That's a pretty impressive.
Be right back.
Yeah, and we are, again, on more of a save round since our economy got a little bit messed up from losing. But overall, a 3v4, not too bad for this round.
Yeah, sometimes we don't credit CMU enough for kind of sticking so well to the rules of economy. Like, they don't try and force or push what they know they can't do. They just go ahead and save. They know it's exactly what they need to do.
Yeah,
Doing
definitely. And Central's gonna have to just try to take out who they can here.
Last player
Unfortunately,
standing.
not getting much.
Definitely, Cloud and BeefStroganoff should have just ran out together there, and they would have had a better chance. So I think we're just seeing a little bit of lack of, you know, team play as well.
Yeah, which is unfortunate. And now Buffalo has 2 ults on the board. And they haven't had to use them yet, so this could be scary. Anytime now they could use them.
Yeah, they're probably gonna try and play a little bit more aggressive because they have that stage res, because, you know, that can essentially undo a mistake that Buffalo makes, and then they also have that Brim ult for any kind of post plant where they feel threatened or to push CMU off the site. We do have an Omen ult on the board, but it's just very situational. But we have seen Bannable do a lot of great things with it. It's just, you know, you have to find a really good scenario in which it works. And it looks like Buffalo's gonna fake out B, but Central hasn't really moved at all, so I'm not sure if it was the greatest fake out.
Yeah, definitely interesting. It kind of looks like maybe it did work a little bit, but
Bimmel's still on his place.
yeah,
He hasn't moved. He's gonna get that information. He's gonna back off. Which is just so unfortunate. The last thing you want to do here is give them sight.
yeah, especially with having one of your players, Bimmel, on site. Just kind of leaving him to die a little bit.
Did get the trade there though.
Yes.
So that's gonna give us a little bit here. Stage utility so annoying and impressive. It's really good at stalling and slowing CMU down.
Yeah, definitely seeing those walls, getting in the way of CMU over and over again.
Yeah, and it just feels like another standstill here where we have to check every single corner. We can't make a single mistake, and that takes down the timer so much.
Yeah, and we need players to play together here if they want a chance at winning.
We are going to get 3, but the bomb is ticking down. Oh, and we are able to get it, even though
that's going to be very close.
Kind of happened in the blink of an eye, but
yeah,
Cloud was able to get 4 there.
Wow. And again, we saw Cloud unfortunately mess up on a different round, but that doesn't mean that he's down for the count.
I think he's warmed up now.
Yes. So it's really good to see that he is making up for that here. And now, yeah, a lot of util is on the board. We could see a very util heavy round soon. So I'm definitely interested to see if that will happen.
It was kind of hard to see. I think that a really deciding factor there, though, there was 3 CMU players peeking out of kind of the same choke, so it was a lot easier for them to clean up and kind of, you know, have these little kind of like micro actions and micro adjustments when aiming and things like that.
Yeah, and we did see CMU like slow down a little bit there, but ended up working out very well. So
yeah, we just saw CMU be really aggressive there, which would have been so good if we didn't have that Sage ult on Buffalo's side.
yeah,
So that's just gonna kind of undo the work that they just did. But hey, they do know it works.
yeah. I feel like we almost kind of canceled each other's ults out there, killing a player and then them just getting revived. This kind of thing.
Looks like they're still gonna commit to this fight, and it could be a massive mistake for Buffalo. We do have Fade ult, and Stroganoff is holding that angle beautifully.
And all the other CMU players coming in to help. Unfortunately, a lot of people needing to reload, which is slowing down, kind of making it difficult for people.
Yeah, lots of damage just immediately on CMU, and then we're forced to back off, and that gave Buffalo a really good opportunity to get some extra space.
Yeah.
Looks like we are going to be ready for that retake, though. Stroganoff is ready to pop that ult.
This is going to really slow down. Oh, we're able to get one. Slow down these players.
Yeah, and that ult gave so much good information. They're going to use that ult really early, though, which could be Buffalo's biggest mistake.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised they used it now. And unfortunately, they did not get anything out of it, which is really good for us. I'm so glad they used that ult there, because now we don't have to worry about it in the future.
Yeah, there's still 12 seconds left on the bomb. That was a pretty early ult. If I was Buffalo there, I'd just kind of hide a little bit, and then probably pop my ult. So that was a really big fumble from them there.
Yeah, and now we see Central still having 3 ults on the board, and Buffalo having that Neon ult, so still could see a lot of util in this next round. But yeah, we definitely saw, we saw 4 ults go off in that last round?
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, so we've noticed a lot with these teams that play Neon, they're not hesitant at all to use these Neon ults. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if just off rip, here we go. But sometimes they do save them for kind of save rounds and stuff like that, so it could go either way.
Yeah, and it seems like Buffalo was gonna try to push B, and now they're kind of backing off.
Yeah. Hound there was able to scan all 4 players, so that kind of gives their plan away. So their best action here is to kind of rotate, or they could make space and then go back.
And I love how we're seeing this choke here with Bimmel and Bannable. This is, unfortunately.
Yeah, and that's gonna make him turn.
Yes,
really
that worked.
Good damage.
I was a little scared about that plan, but it worked out beautifully. It looked to where Bannable was. He teleported away. Bimmel was able to take some before he died.
Yeah, that's what I mean by the Omen ult is so situational, because I don't feel like you would be like, I should probably ult now, but like, Bannable has so many hours on the agent. He has, you know, uses for the ult that aren't just getting the spike or just getting out of a sticky situation. Like, it's a really good way to kind of, you know,
trick people.
Yeah, kind of change the expectations. It's gonna be another slow retake, but no information. We do have Hound's ult on the board. Do we have enough time to execute?
Yeah, this is gonna be kind of hard for CMU to do this. They need to start speeding things up a little bit, but it's gonna be hard to play together. They are speeding up.
There's just so many corners on the road that they have to try their best, but there's just not enough time on the bomb.
Yeah, Beef probably just trying to take some people out. Unfortunately, we lose that one. It is 2-5. The gap is not too wide right now, but I am a little bit worried if Central doesn't win a couple more rounds here.
Yeah, looks like we're gonna pop Bimmel's ult off the rip.
Still have that Neon ult. They're holding on to it. Maybe after some of their other ults did not go too well, they're thinking about how they want to use it.
Honestly, I don't think that's the worst scenario, because we've seen Bimmel can track a Neon while they're mid-air or while they're running, and the rendezvous's gonna make it even easier to do so. So it could be, you know, there we go. The Neon's immediately out of the board, so that's the best case scenario there.
And it looks like Buffalo's gonna go A this time, or at least pretend to go A.
I think Bimmel sustained a little bit of damage from that fight, so he's really relying on Bannable to kind of pick up what he can't do if he falls, or if he kind of stays. It's gonna be a little bit risky.
Yeah.
Push out of that immediately.
Bannable needs to be ready here.
There's gonna be multiple players, and he just has to leave.
Yep. Unfortunately, he knows he's gonna get punished too much if he doesn't. And we are seeing this Sage wall just slow Central down over and over again.
Yeah, we're seeing them play in such a hard spot. It's clear. Thankfully, we have the showing up utility.
And good teamwork with all three of them going together, too.
Yeah, and it looks like they're doing pretty good here. We can pop the big function, maybe get half, and then they get the rest. So
Yeah.
really good playing around
Really
that
good.
Sage wall, because it could have been really bad if Stroganoff didn't go ahead and clear that.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's kind of a typical Sage, like, positioning. Especially they always like to play around their wall, so I'm glad Central was able to identify that.
Yeah, definitely. And again, that teamwork with them all going out at once is really helping keep the numbers up for Central.
Yeah, Central doesn't have a lot of counter ults going into this round, so it could be a lot harder, and they're going to have to be a little bit more careful. Especially Bimmel here, because if he overextends, that could just sell the round right there.
Yeah, definitely. Especially, yeah, we're gonna have to try to pick off this Neon again early. Or even this Waylay if we want to have a chance because of all this util that could be coming our way.
Yeah, the name of the game this round is to not give them anything they don't want.
Oh,
really
bloodbath!
Really good paranoia there from Bannable.
Oh, that was perfect. I loved that. And we somehow wiped out the 3 players that have their ults out too.
Yeah.
That worked out so perfectly.
Bimmel's trap is gonna go off. They know exactly where he is. They're gonna close in.
They're going hunting, and he might get trapped here in the B hallway if he doesn't do something.
It looks like he's just kind of prioritizing all orb, and then, you know, maybe he'll take one with him. But I don't think he will. Oh, he does.
Oh,
gets 2. Little bit of a blunder from Central. Now he has a gun.
Yeah.
And we leave Spike.
What are we
alone
doing?
in the middle?
Central.
He could get another ult point just by planning, and then he has his ultimate online, just like that.
Yeah, I don't know if the call
30 seconds
was
left.
here. Oh, is he not?
You can see he's so hesitant. Like, is it a trap?
Yeah. But
Yeah,
it literally
please.
isn't.
He has 20 seconds, though, and I feel like a Central player might hear him.
Yeah.
He's gonna go head first right into Bannable.
Bannable. Oh.
Able to shut him down.
That was a little bit too close for me personally there.
Especially with only 30 health, like, the entire time.
Yeah, that was a little bit disappointing. I think our Bloodlust got there a little bit, and did not work out in our favor this time.
I mean, that was a pretty good shot from him as well, though. I
Yes,
don't think they
that's
were
true.
expecting a classic to do that much damage.
And now we are seeing a timeout called from Buffalo. I can see why they called this, because Central is evening the playing field. We are almost tied up with them. Buffalo needs to do something here if they want us to not tie with them in this next round. And they do have the utility to do it, so they're probably discussing.
Yeah, they have 2 ults that are going to be super good for getting onto site, and then they're going to have one that's really good for holding site. So the call is probably going to be to make one of those, make use of our 2 duelists that can take a lot of space and be really aggressive, and then do the typical Sage wall. You know, it's going to be a pretty play-by-play like strategy. I don't think there's anything that they could really do, because, you know, they go super fast, they catch Bimmel off guard or whoever's there, so, you know, I don't think it'll be, because, I mean, honestly, the way Buffalo is playing is not, like, bad. It just comes down to a few decisions between Central and Buffalo that make the outcome of the round. So I think their call is just going to be use the ults that they have on the board and all the utility that they have, because they're going to go into this with a 5, so I think that's why they called the timeout this round instead of last one.
Yeah, that makes sense. And we get to see if they will be doing that. Hound already having to back up quite a bit.
Yeah, he skins 2 players there, so he kind of has an idea of where they're at, so now it's up to Buffalo. It looks like they do not want to commit after giving that much information.
Yeah. Buffalo is, like, I bet you they're really worried about how they're going to use this util and if it will be successful. After we saw some of their ults not be successful last time, some of these really powerful ults.
Yeah, they're trying to fake out Central, but Central did not move at all because they made no presence anywhere else on the map.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Hound getting picked.
Bannable is pretty good too. That's gonna leave it in a 3v3. Super low.
It's just back and forth, and unfortunately, we still have 2 ults from them on the board. So if they want to do something here, they can.
A little bit too aggressive from Cloud.
Player
A little bit
standing.
too aggressive from Bimmel there, and it's gonna line up though.
Oh!
All the damage that they did is worth it.
Yeah. Beautiful. Sucks that Buffalo lined up like that, giving BeefStroganoff a perfect victory there. But hey, works out. I'm sure Buffalo was not expecting that at all, so I'm glad to see it.
A little bit questionable from our side, you know, Bimmel and Cloud taking one by one was a little, but you know, BeefStroganoff usually there to clean it up. He's got it.
Yep. Yeah, and we have seen, I feel like as the season has gone on, we've seen more and more cleanup from BeefStroganoff that we didn't see at the beginning, so that's cool.
Yeah, or like pretty good attempt.
Them down.
And now we are way more even with util. I feel like Buffalo almost squandered like the advantage they had, and now it's gonna be harder for them to get good use out of that util.
Yeah, and now they're gonna get kind of like a not full buy, so if we try our best to take advantage of that. Unfortunately, BeefStroganoff is gonna be discovered here. Let's kind of push Buffalo towards A. We do have more players there, but this positioning here from Hound, he's fallen to so many times.
Yeah, unfortunately, it seems like he always is in the wrong place at the wrong time here.
Go.
Not much backup from his teammates as well. Bannable able to get 2. Buffalo misses to make the second shot. He's trying his best.
Yeah, and now it is a 2v2. BeefStroganoff yet again helping clean some things up.
Hopefully we see Stroganoff and Bimmel at least meet up or crossfire here. It's gonna be a lot harder because Buffalo are gonna be at the hit when they take any fight. I don't think we're gonna pop at all.
Interesting.
Able to get one. I don't think they heard that the thing was broken, so really good crossfire. I think the fatal made it hard for them to hear that the wall broke, so they weren't expecting Bimmel whatsoever.
Yeah, good call there. Really good call. I'm glad that they were able to pull that off. That definitely was a risky move, but it paid off, and it was really cool to see.
Yeah, you just
Last
need
round before the
these
switch.
crossfires and just win the round. So I wish we would do them literally as much as possible.
Yeah, definitely. And it's kind of crazy how much Buffalo is holding on to these ults. It is the last round before the swap, so they kind of need to use them and use them up. So
yeah, I think we're gonna see every ult be popped
Yeah.
because you can't take it into the next one. So it's just a matter of when and where.
And I think we did a good enough defense that going into this attacking, it's going to be very hard for Buffalo to defend since they have 2 duelists. So I'm really hoping that because we had such this good defense that we'll be able to really rack up round after round once we switch.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you get the stage wall early, it's so easy to break, and then it's basically like she didn't really place it. As long as you take your time to just check every corner around it, it won't be a big deal.
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, let's see if they are able to do this. Looks like it's having some loading. I don't know.
Looks like timer's paused.
Might have some tech issues on their side, unfortunately. We seem to never be able to escape some issue.
Yeah.
But it's okay. Not nearly as bad as some of the other games with tech issue. Yeah, I'm really excited to see us when we do switch, if we are able to win the pistol round, because I think that will really help us get a gap going between our score and Buffalo's score. And if we don't, then it will be a little bit harder to come back from that.
Yeah, it kind of feels like we're just trading rounds here and there, so hopefully it's just whoever, trades a little bit more, but I mean, we have a lot of things that could happen here. It's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of up in the air. I feel like anyone could take this last round, and ideally, obviously, it would be us, but even a 7-5 isn't the biggest lead, so, you can't let it get to your head too much.
Yeah, definitely. So, and who knows, maybe Buffalo is used to playing with these agents. They know how to have an okay defense, so we don't really know what to expect when we switch. Oh, and it looks like our timer is now resuming, and we are about to start this.
Hound the same positioning. He is going to be backed up by Cloud this time, so hopefully that can show more in our favor. And it looks like University of Buffalo is really spread out across the map. They just kind of get whatever space that they can, but they're holding it very passively. So as long as Central doesn't really walk into them, they won't get much value out of their positioning and their investments.
Yeah. And this is gonna test CMU's patience here. To just chill out.
And, you know, we've struggled with that in the past, so hopefully it doesn't get to us. If Hound just keeps this positioning here, it's gonna be really detrimental. I feel like
He might move eventually. Oh, and it looks like they are going.
Blizzard's taking his time. You got it, Hound. You
Come
got
on.
it.
Yes! Does not get die instantly.
Really good first pick, so now we just have to hold down the side. Hound's gonna get Bannable there to save him, thankfully.
We are able to kill that Brimstone before the ult goes out.
Bannable's able to
30
win that
seconds
1v1.
left.
Cloud's a little bit low, but there's only 2 University of Buffalo players. They're
You
gonna
will
pop that
not
res and
kill
know
my
exactly where they are, though. So it's kind of a trade.
Yeah. We do see that save ult.
We're able to get one
Yes.
through the ultimate. Buffalo
Player
has so
standing.
little
10
time.
seconds
Gonna use
left.
the self-heal.
Spike down.
Oh,
And it's done. Just
Wow.
like that. Bimmel cleaning up with the operator. We're gonna go into defense 7-5.
Switching sides.
really good to see. Yeah, I am really glad that we kind of stopped Buffalo from using some of their util. We did see the Sage ult and I think maybe the Waylay ult from them, but
Yeah.
they ended up not getting that much use out of it because as soon as Sage revived the Waylay died again. So.
Yeah, no, we just by like miracle we were able to still kill through the Waylay ult despite, you know, everything being slowed.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty incredible feat, and then the other ult was just taken off the board. I think Buffalo was somewhat hesitant to use them, which is a little bit, you know, a little bit strange. Probably could have used Waylay ult off rip, middle, you know, probably taken a site, but, you know,
Yeah.
whatever benefits Central is good in the end.
Yep. And now we are going into this pistol round. I'm really hoping we can clean it up here.
Actually, some chip damage on Cloud. Pushing right into Bimmel's gun.
Unfortunately, that Neon getting 2.
Lots of players low though.
Smoke's
So
down.
they can go in any direction.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go into 3v3. I don't think they know his positioning yet.
Yeah, it's, this is gonna be so close. Yeah, it's gonna really. Do they know that this
No,
No, they don't. They don't. And I can
Spike
hear them
planted.
yelling in the other room, figuring out that Buffalo was behind them.
And they're both so low.
Yeah.
Not able to get one, but
Last
oh,
player,
oh,
last player
oh,
standing.
unfortunately getting collided.
That was so close. Unfortunately, Buffalo having some really good positioning there, but yeah, we're not able to win that pistol round.
It was just down to the wire though, because Buffalo only had 10 health, and
Yeah.
you know if he misses that shot, then we win there. So
Yeah, so close. Really anybody's game. Like, wow. And we are, yeah, it's now 7-6. Buffalo kind of is going to probably be able to close this gap a little bit because they do have the better guns this round. So, really hoping that we can maybe see Central try to do some change up here or at least slow them down a little bit to be able to win the next round. But looks like Central is going to go more towards A. We are seeing that wall go up already.
But like I said, you can just break through immediately. He has it's a lot easier to break within the first few seconds of it being placed. So as long as you're there when it's placed, it's so easy to clean up. We're gonna see really good utility usage from Central. A little bit of a team clash. It just doesn't matter.
Oh my, that was so
Spike
disappointing.
down A.
That
We're able to clean it up.
that it took 2 players to try to kill that Sage and they didn't do it.
The biggest issue here is gonna be like having too much.
Yeah.
It's really hard.
Yeah, and our number game is just gone. And we are
Player standing.
unfortunately
Spike
getting
down
picked
A.
one by one.
Yeah,
here.
that's gonna be spiked down. It's just Bimmel
Uh-huh.
with a classic.
Only so much he can do. Oh my gosh. I mean, I knew they had the better guns, but dang. Yeah, really. Unfortunately, even with some good teamwork there, it just did not quite go our way.
Yeah, I mean, there's only so much you can do when they can take better fights and
Yeah.
have a better chance, but I think there was really good potential. Just the execution was just a little bit scary because, you know, Buffalo really likes to flank and be sneaky, and I don't think we fully caught on to that.
Yeah, definitely. It is now 7-7. I think this is one of our closest games we've had. We are very tied up. It is still anybody's game. This is a little stressful, especially since this is our map pick. So we really want to be winning this. So I'm hoping we can get this.
And I
next
mean,
round.
this is playoff, so
Yeah,
we
this
really
is
gotta
playoffs on
lock
the line.
in.
Yeah, playoffs on the line. Will they get to keep playing Valorant this season? Will it be over? Looks like we're gonna try to go A again, but being a little bit more cautious this time, which I think is a good call, especially since we have the gun.
Yeah, we just don't want to take too much time. The timer is ticking down.
Yeah.
Not sure why Bimmel is gonna. It looks like we're gonna actually go towards B. Bimmel's
Oh.
gonna take the lead, kind of scope out what's going on here. Stroganoff's gonna be kind of used as a fake out.
Slowing them down.
Oh!
We're able to get it through the stun.
Yeah.
Kind of embarrassing.
And yeah, he's able to successfully kind of beat some of the players. But yeah, now the rest are rushing over to B. He needs to be quick here.
We'll need to stay together for sure.
Yeah.
30 seconds
Yeah,
left.
just trying to plant. This is unfortunately so close.
It could pop Neon ult here, and that would be really hard for Central to kind of counter, but we're gonna get really good damage off of it. But they're probably not gonna pop that now.
Yeah. I'm really hoping with us having the better economy of the sound that we are able to do something here. This is gonna be so
Hard, and there's just
yeah.
so many
Last
angles to
player
watch.
standing.
Hound winning his.
we know where the last player is. They're around 16 HP.
Yeah,
It's gonna be
we
so
really don't
close.
have to do anything.
Yeah, but again, our bloodthirst, man. It's always the bloodthirst. And we are able to win that, which is good. That was stressing me out. I was on the edge of my seat there. But we are able to win that round, keeping our lead 8-7. But now Buffalo has the Neon ult and the Sage ult. So, that
Yeah,
would be
we're
really
getting
impressive.
into the life cycle of the half where all the ultimates are kind of going on board because we're gonna have Waylay soon on Central's half. So we're gonna have ults that are gonna be able to counter.
Yeah.
And we've seen Buffalo is just so reluctant to use either of them.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. Especially the Sage ult can kind of be countered as long as we, kill someone where we're going to go. Then they don't have access to the body, so it's not as good of as an ultimate as you would think.
Yeah. Yeah, especially since every time we have seen that Sage ult, we are able to kill that player that gets revived so quickly.
It's gonna be multiple people playing, able to shut that Neon ult down.
Oh my gosh, and it's just so back and forth here.
Weren't looking behind them. Looks like we already have the head start to A. We're gonna see that ult pop because,
Yeah.
Central is nowhere
Bring them
near
down.
B.
Yep. Yep, and we are reviving. It's making it a 2v3. That's gonna make it harder for CMU
Spike
here.
planted.
It just kind of needs to delay as much time as possible.
They're all gonna kind of be in the same center.
Yeah,
Stroganoff is not gonna be ready for it.
he's backing off, which I think is a good choice here.
Really good tether though. Able to get multiple players
I'll
to
find
make
you.
it easy for them to go through the smoke. Stroganoff could make the last minute call to pop this ultimate.
Yep.
One
Oh, Bannable's able to get both. Not sure why Buffalo peeked the way that they did, going
Yeah, that
walking in sideways, but
was interesting, but hey, I will take it. You're slowly making a little gap again. We have a 2-match lead here. I will take it. We are doing okay, and we have 2 ults on the board, so
yeah, that's gonna also force University of Buffalo into a save, so hopefully we don't have to use an ultimate whatsoever, and we can kind of just keep those in our back pocket, because we're about to have all 5 online after this round, so
Yeah.
I honestly feel like we won't have to use any of them, and then that puts us in a really good place. Like, we could use an all each round until we win. So.
Yeah, literally. So Central set up here really well. As long as they have this mechanics down and the positioning down, they should be okay here.
Well, we don't want to get any close range fights, because you've seen Buffalo is pretty good with a classic and a bucky, so you want to try your best to just take their strength away from them.
Unfortunately, Buffalo kind of knowing where CMU is right now, where a couple of their players are. So Central kind of looking like they're scrambling a little bit. Seems like they're still making the call if they want to fully go to A.
You're going to see Buffalo take this angle so close.
Yeah, too
Central.
close.
Yeah, Central was able to scope it out.
Yeah, it is interesting in Valorant how if you do take an angle too close, one player can see you before you can see them, and I think that's almost what happened there.
Yeah, it's part of the risk of hoping that they won't catch it.
Yeah.
We're gonna see one Buffalo player with
Yeah, and that was quite impressive, those angles that Buffalo had. It was already a 2v1.
And
That's
we have to stick together here.
Yes.
Like, oh my goodness, please keep together. Thank you.
Okay, good. That was a little bit, again, too close to my liking, but we're able to pull it off. Central likes to keep it close.
Yeah.
Every
Full
time.
alt on the board. We can use one minimum until we win.
Yes.
So let's hope we're not too hesitant, because you don't want to be in an awkward position where you're on a save round when you're almost at match point, or things like that, because it's so hard to recover from.
So yeah, I'm really hoping that we can see some really good teamwork. Use this Uto well. We only need to win a couple more games here. And so I'm really hoping we can keep that gap with how Buffalo is.
Yeah, I hope Central have kind of caught on that Sage is usually on this site by herself. So if we saw a little bit of aggression, it wouldn't be the worst thing ever. It looks like we're going to try and break this. The Sage is not going to budge. We'll clear that out with the Prowler.
Yeah. Oh, and unfortunately, this is like a lot of back and forth here.
Yeah, able to res Hound, so
Yeah.
still in a 4v3. We're not going to go take that initiative.
Yeah.
But not much of an advantage. We're coming to events. We use that high all.
Yeah, it looks like we are deciding to use quite a bit. A lot of both teams are deciding to use quite a bit of their utility here, which I don't blame them. Oh, unfortunately, well, fortunately for us, but that neon whiffing there. So.
Yeah, really good stuns from the waylay on Central's end. And he just turned so quickly, but thankfully low enough. And now we still have so many ults on the board.
Yeah, we still have 3, so that's pretty good. That was really good to see. And yeah, that makes Buffalo need to call a timeout, which, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, not surprising at all, because in one round, they're going to be at match point. And Buffalo kind of has to make the decision here, like, do we force to stop match point, or do we save for match point? Do we want to have our best guns before, after match, or before or during match point? So that's probably going to be a major thing that they discuss here, because it's a really hard call.
Yeah. And Central is also needing to talk here about what they want to do, how they're going to handle this, how they're going to handle Buffalo trying to use a different strategy here. And I do have to say, we are noticing just what we kind of predicted, that Buffalo was going to really struggle on defending side because they have these 2 duelists, and we're noticing that. So it's definitely working to our advantage here.
Yeah, you can tell from B site especially, like, Sage has the most defending, like, potential. And so they kind of leave her there so the duelist can kind of hopefully clean up and she takes the lead. But that usually isn't what happens, because she's just not one of those agents that can do a standalone, like, site defend, like Chambers, like agents like Chamber that Bimmel plays, because it's a lot easier to get out, to, you know, slow them, use the trip, and stuff like that. Like, Sage is just not one of those agents.
Yeah. Looks like Buffalo making the choice to put Ivory on A. And we're going to see if that's rewarding or if that is going to not work in their favor here, depending on where Central goes.
It looks like they did end up saving, so it looks like they're going to try and have their full buy for match point. Could be the reason for the grouping here.
I'm really good, Whoa! Good shots from Cloud.
Really good tracking there. Not super great shots from Bimmel there, but that's okay.
One enemy remaining.
BeefStroganoff able to get another one. There is just one player left.
Be right back.
So we're still gonna have all 3 ults going into the next round, so that puts us in a pretty good position, and Buffalo is just gonna save it, looks like.
Yeah. And I am wondering, will Central get bloodthirsty and try to go after them? It looks like they are, actually. I don't personally think this is that good of a
Yeah, they
call.
are on a save round. It's not like he
has the best guns or anything. But we are watching Central get bloodthirsty and going after him.
I mean, he's gonna have a rifle next round, whether they like it or not.
Yeah.
So this feels a little bit risky because we want to make sure we have the guns that we need, and it's gonna be one player down.
Oh my gosh.
And there goes another.
I think that was so dumb. I'm not gonna lie. But whatever. They thirst for the blood. Okay, we're in match point though.
Yeah, we have 3 ults to invest still.
Yep, and we have good guns still.
Yeah, our economy is looking pretty good. So even if we lose this round, it's gonna be a lot rougher for Buffalo than it will ever be us.
Yeah.
So we're pretty much set unless we lose like 3 rounds in a row.
So yeah, I'm hoping that Central can take this confidence. Ooh, able to get one through the wall. Not predicting that the other player was there.
Be a little bit more cautious.
Bring them down.
I forget sometimes how. BeefStroganoff able to get that. I forget sometimes how so many of the walls and corrode can be shot through.
Last player standing.
Like,
Spike down
we're
mid.
on our A game right now. Bannable's gonna try and go for the 1v3 clutch to end the match, but it's gonna be so hard.
I think we weren't predicting how aggressive Buffalo was gonna be this time. So yeah, it's
and Bannable's just not right on this angle.
Yeah, which I don't blame him at all. That was But hey, we are still going into the next round with good economy. We still have 2 ults. That fade ult is gonna be very good. And we're using our Bimmel is using his ult as well. So we should be pretty set up for this, hopefully.
Yeah, we're gonna be in a little bit of danger if we lose this round because Kimmel already doesn't have enough to buy, which is why we're gonna see the rendezvous go online, which is kind of the issue. Kind of tells you what spot Central is in right now. And if we lose this round, that can be another round for Buffalo, kind of guaranteed.
Yeah. It's interesting they have just the Sage alone again, but the Sage is backing off quite a bit, so.
Yeah, she's prioritizing her life here because she doesn't play off ultimate, so that could be a really round just like
Bring them down.
factor. The ability change, not much actually happening. Looks like we're kind of gravitating a little bit towards A site.
Yeah.
We just really gotta set up Bimmel here so we can get as much value from the ult as possible. Looks like Cloud is also one off ult, so
Hound might walk into a trap here if he's not careful. He's running away. Able to get one.
they don't expect Bimmel holding that angle, and now they're way too scared to peek again.
Yeah, it looks like that was pretty good. Like Hound kind of using himself as bait a little bit to get that kill. It worked out.
Because they really
30
thought
seconds
he was
left.
alone, so retreating back. That's why just team play is so important. Despite Valorant being a team, I don't feel like you expect them to play with you that much.
Yeah, and Cloud able to get another pick. It is already a 5, a 3. We were really close on planting that spike, but we got it. Yes.
Shogun has no reason to hold on to this ult.
He might as well.
The biggest issue here is just not owning the Sage.
Okay.
Get that ultimate. We closed and finally win Corrode.
Yes.
We did so good on Corrode this time.
Yeah.
So hopefully we carry all of that into Abyss because we'll be
Yes.
on defense again. So it's not going to be, too much of a difference, hopefully. So,
Yeah, so we will see you guys in a little bit on Abyss, hoping that we can just win this next round too. Move on to playoffs, hopefully. This is a good start. Our confidence is up, so we will see you guys in a little bit.
Yeah, we'll see you after the break.
we are back after our short break, and we are going into Abyss.
Yeah, so we're gonna start on defense. So we kind of have a feel for how Buffalo plays attack, and we also know that they don't do super great on defense. So whatever we're not able to get while we play defense is gonna probably be cleaned up in the second half. So we don't have much to worry about here. I think we just have to prioritize because we saw a lot of good team play. So I think we just need to prioritize that, and then we had a lot of good crossfires. We had a lot of good alt usage specifically. I think.
Yeah.
Our utility could use a little bit of work. We did see a few team flashes here and there.
Yeah, but overall, I'm looking forward to this. I think that we got a big confidence boost from the last thing, and I also think we got warmed up a little bit more. I really want to see us win a pistol round this time, since we unfortunately lost both of those last time. So that's my big thing that I'm hoping to see. But yeah, I'm also hoping to see that us win this map and us not go to a third map. But we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be the worst thing to see our split gameplay because we haven't seen that on stream before, but we're going to get a little bit more practice on Abyss, which might be a little bit scary because we have not really played that map. I think we played it once.
Yeah,
So
and that was against like Akron, and
yeah, so that was a little
not
bit
a
rough.
fair matchup.
So, hopefully we get a little bit more realistic feel of how we play on this map and kind of our team dynamic. So we're probably going to see the same agents as usual. I don't think they vary per map as much.
Yeah, and we're gonna see. I've heard that Central has been practicing on Abyss quite a bit, preparing for when it eventually comes out, but into play. But yeah, we've never. It's kind of definitely scary that we haven't seen them.
Yeah, so we're gonna see our same Abyss setup that we had last time. We're gonna see double duelist. We're gonna see the Astra. Looks like Buffalo's gonna kind of mirror that comp because I mean, it's a pretty good comp. Like Abyss has been out for so long that the kind of meta is already defined, and so composition exactly the same. So it's just whoever uses it better. I feel like Cloud probably has a little bit more Waylay gameplay under his belt than Buffalo, especially because we've seen him like grow so much on the agent this entire season that I have a lot of confidence that our players can come out on top here.
Yeah, definitely. And it is so cool to see how meta Waylay is in general. We keep seeing her on all these maps, and that's just because her util is so good and so powerful. So, yeah, I'm glad to see that we get to see more Waylay.
Yeah, I'm glad we get to see other agents too, because I think Astra is such a cool and fun agent, and knowing every single thing like gravity wells and the stuns and stuff like that is so fun, especially on Abyss. So it's kind of nice to see a different smoke that isn't just Omen or isn't just Brimstone like we usually play. So, and Bimmel kind of gets a break from playing that chamber and stuff like that.
Yeah, it looks like we are going into our pistol round. So let's hope that this goes well. We need to win one of these. All the pistol rounds have been so close, so.
Yeah, it's just been a little bit of a mistake. So now that we're warmed up, allegedly, we should be able to take this pistol, no doubt in the world.
Yeah. Yeah, the team told us on break that they were definitely warmed up now, so. But yeah, we're going in. It looks like they're going towards B, and hopefully we are ready for that.
Revealing area. Utility off the bat, and he's almost gonna be caught in such a weird place here.
Yeah, them getting Buffalo getting first blood and able to, I think, net here. Yep.
Rudolph is able to recover, but we're gonna have two subjects that are kind of low. Oh, just peeking here though. That's gonna force Buffalo to kind of commit to this light. Super good shots from BeefStroganoff.
Going in with
and
the
the
dart.
last player is basically, you just gotta breathe on them. Just gotta breathe on them.
Oh, that was scary. With BeefStroganoff reloading while they were popping out.
Yeah, and Cloud and BeefStroganoff being so low, but he hit a really good classic headshot. So that was basically it. Just as long as he reloaded in time so that, I'm glad it worked out. So that's going to be a good potential snowball play that we'll see from Central. Because this kind of knockdown is almost always guaranteed, but we have seen Central break that. They have won against, someone who has won their pistol. So, it's not entirely impossible for Buffalo, but it's a little bit
harder, definitely.
Yeah, it's almost impossible.
Yeah. And looks like Buffalo is gonna go more towards A, maybe? They're playing yeah, they're going in. We're playing a little bit slow, but now they're speeding things up. And we're already able to get a pick there.
Yeah, it looks like our setup is to kind of just leave Bannable to play that long angle on mid, since he's playing chamber and he can play it so well, and then just have the other agents doing their best on the other two sides. It looks like Buffalo's gonna try and attempt to go to A, but you're gonna see really good utility usage from Central clearing out, using these flashes, and that's gonna be spiked down, and that's gonna be the round.
Wow.
So, like I said, near impossible for Buffalo on these rounds.
Able to keep all 5 of our players alive, too. So, yeah, just a wipeout there, which I will take. And, yeah, so it looks like we are heading into our next round. We did not lose any of our guns, so it's going to be a little bit harder for Buffalo to do stuff, but they still will be able to buy, so...
Yeah, I mean, we did have a lot of guns. I mean, not a single Central player all fell, so we have a lot of guns still. That can still do something just as long as we take favorable fights.
Yep.
You know, don't really push our limit.
Definitely. And it looks like we're going to back off of site a little bit here. As Buffalo pushes in very aggressively.
They have a lot of
Back in the flash.
They're gonna act on it as best they can. So many people are flashed.
Yep.
Cloud somehow able to recover from that.
I am shocked that Cloud lived that long. Unfortunately, Cloud and BeefStroganoff getting picked, and Hound.
And Bimmel gets 2 there.
Beautiful.
Just
Last player
such
standing.
a devastating pie round for Buffalo. You'd think it'd go so much better.
Yeah.
But Bannable doesn't expect this angle.
Yeah. No. I think pretty good though for Central being a little bit less there. So yeah, I say overall we did really well. We got to clear out pretty much almost all the guns they just bought. So definitely gonna hurt them a little bit.
I think we're really excelling at, you know, kind of pre-firing and stuff. Because a lot of these Buffalo players they have so much chip damage, and so when you have a gun like what Bannable has, like it. You know, they can one-shot and then they're dead. So we're doing really good at, like, pre-firing, like, shooting through walls and stuff like that. So we don't have to make much contact with Buffalo whatsoever.
Yeah, definitely.
Gonna go a little bit of a trade. Sounds gonna be able to do that. To try and get out.
Yeah, and looks like they're gonna fully try to go more B this time.
Teleport, cutting through.
They play Hound, kind of setting up an escape route.
Yeah.
Don't want to be caught out like Bimmel on the pistol round.
Yep. And yeah, Buffalo just kind of struggling now that their numbers are lower.
Yeah, and like I said, Central's so good at just damaging Buffalo here and there, because now they have their duelist going in, they have their chamber going in, and they're like one tap.
Yep.
So that makes it a lot easier for Central.
Yep, and Bimmel just needing to get the right angle here. Oh! Beautiful. He just needs to get one more.
Down, B.
It's hard because there's so many players all around. You just have to hope you get the right angle.
A lot of aiming.
One enemy
Right
remaining.
now.
This is really unfortunate to see here. Buffalo able to hit their shots very well, even though some of them are low.
Planted. My oldest.
Low, Cloud just has to take advantage of it.
Nice. I'm all
Unfortunately,
out.
I think he may have given away where he is. This is going to be really tough for Cloud to do something here.
It's gonna be really tough for Buffalo to be
Last player standing.
confident enough
Gonna
to
flash.
do anything, but he's gonna have to push him before Buffalo backs off,
Yeah.
and then it's gonna be even harder to defuse.
Oh, this is going to be so hard. It's just like going around and around in the circles. Come on. No.
Take out your gun
Come on.
again.
Oh,
There we go, but there's no time.
There's no time.
left on the bomb.
dang.
Definitely should have chased the Buffalo player
Yeah.
down there, because it's just not enough time to do anything.
Yeah, interesting choice there. But yeah, I mean, it's hard to make those calls in the moment, so I think Central did what they could. It was just unfortunate to see that our numbers were higher and then we let them out-aim us a little bit there.
Yeah, definitely a lot of fights we didn't really have to take. I don't know why we felt so pressured to, but you know, it is what it is. We're going into the next round. We're gonna, hit that point where we have a lot of ultimates on the board.
Yeah. Yeah, Hound soon to get his ult. We already have Waylay ult. Buffalo has a couple ults, so yeah, this
Gonna fall back
could
here.
start getting into who's gonna win the round based off of lead though.
Yeah, that's definitely a questionable play by Central there. Allowed Buffalo to line up their crosser right onto Waylay, so
Yeah.
you know, a little bit confusing.
Unfortunately, Bannable not checking the right angle in time, leaving it already a 3v5.
Yeah, Buffalo has a lot of space now, so they could honestly go to whatever side they want.
Yeah. Looks like they're gonna go more towards A, and yep, they are just all running onto site.
Scanning ahead.
And it's gonna leave Central in a weird spot where they just don't have the numbers
Planted.
to check everything, to do everything, and they're so spread out.
Yeah, they don't have the time either or the guns there.
Yeah, and unfortunately Hound.
Last player standing.
We do see 3 Buffalo players go down in this later half on Central save, so that's pretty good. And then we're gonna end this round with 4 ultimates on the board.
Yeah.
So, you know, not the worst thing to happen. It's gonna be a little bit more favorable for Bimmel to just
Scanning ahead.
come here.
Yeah. Looks like he is trying to do that almost.
Well, definitely did not need to lose a gun there.
Yeah.
So
You can
a little bit of bloodlust on their end too.
Yeah, I think we noticed it in a lot of the players, so not surprised.
So
We have 4 ults on both sides.
yeah, and Central mostly has a full buy. Bannable's also gonna have his ultimate, you know, fairly soon. He just has to get a kill or, you know, get an ult orb. So
Out of charges.
he'll be ready for that. So that'll be really good for a save round. If we end up losing this round, Bannable will still have a really powerful gun to go in and kind of anchor down, you know, what we can.
Yeah, definitely. It seems like they are already using.
Yeah, they're gonna use the Astra ult here. Gonna try and divide up the site, but they're gonna immediately go past the wall. So, not sure what they were expecting here. Bimmel's gonna be ready for it. He's not, he is ready for the second one though. And they're just gonna target him specifically.
Yeah, really interesting.
Can't use that yet.
I wonder if they thought more people were with them. I don't exactly know what the plan was there. Beef trying to fight this
One
person.
enemy remaining.
Hound was definitely trying to get the knife there, which was,
Yeah.
but Bimmel's gonna, you know, really good streak here. Just gonna get 4. He was really ready for like almost every possible positioning from Buffalo,
Yeah.
so definitely deserved.
Yeah, that was really cool to see. And luckily, we got Buffalo to use some of their ults, and we were still able to win the round. So we have 4 of ours still.
Heading to
So
the above.
Yeah, I mean, they honestly didn't use
That'll
it
work.
in a really good way because you saw them just immediately go past the Astral in the first place, and usually you want to use that to divide up sight or kind of play. You know, it's supposed to be like a defensive wall, but they immediately go past it, run into Bimmel, both fall, and it's like, why did you even ult in the first place?
yeah, and then having one of their players trying to hunt down Bimmel and getting distracted while
You want
the
to
rest of the
play?
Central
Let's
comes onto
play.
site. I think Buffalo did not fully know what they were doing last round.
Yeah, no kidding, and it looks like Buffalo may be ready for the Central push, but I don't think much is going to come out of it. We're not going to see any contact from either team.
Yeah.
So that's going to come later.
Oh,
Hound able to get one super well timed flash.
Yep.
very beautiful there. And it's so interesting to me how spread out everybody is on this board. Buffalo's spread out, and CMU is spread out.
Yeah, so kind of doesn't matter which side that you're on. They're both just kind of doing their own thing and what they need to do.
Yep, and we have, it's a 4v3. Still could be anybody's game. It's gonna be close. Looks like we're trying to be patient and just hold our crosshairs.
Right here.
It looks like Buffalo's kind of taking their time. They need to hurry up if they want to have time to plant. And I don't really know what they're doing here. They are going so
30
slow
seconds
for having
left.
so little time.
Yeah, you have 25 seconds on the board. You have an ultimate. Like, you gotta use it. You gotta go.
Yeah.
Because Central can immediately counter. and we still don't even have that much space.
Yeah, and they're just trying to quickly go. I wish Central was a tiny bit more aggressive there. Could have just won from stopping them from the engine.
Yeah, looks like BeefStroganoff was just a little bit late. Could have prevented the plant, and then that would have been it there. Looks like we're gonna use 2 ults to try and secure
One
this
enemy
round.
remaining.
Maybe a little bit excessive.
And just like that, we do it. So that's good.
Yeah, 2 ults did go into this round,
Yeah.
which is a little bit concerning.
Yeah, it is a little scary that Central felt the need to use those.
It's good.
So.
Yeah, especially in a 3v1, but you know, we still have 2 on the board if anything goes wrong, and then we still have the chamber ult in case we have a save. So I think
Up I go.
it'll be okay, especially since you can see the leaderboard. Cloud has been really popping off, so
Yeah.
it's kind of our anchor here.
Yeah, definitely. So yep, we're just gonna keep going, and it is 4v3 again. We're noticing close rounds, just like last time. So on the road. So Central does need to get a gap here, man.
Do you think there will be another kind of like gap as soon as they switch sides where Central just really excels just because? Or do you think it'll be different since the compositions are like exactly the same?
I think it will be a little bit different. I wouldn't be surprised if it's slightly closer. Yeah, just due to both teams having double this stuff.
Yeah, really good teamwork
Yeah.
there. Super good crossfire. 3 people involved.
One enemy.
Oh,
And
wow.
that's it. The round's done in a few seconds.
Yeah. And we can hear the commotion from the team. They are very excited for that. That went very well. Yeah, really good game mechanics from all the members there.
Yeah, it looks like Hound is like super comfortable with these Fioro flashes. No issue at all. And we're not seeing as many team flashes either. We're actually seeing team gameplay. So
Yeah.
That's a good spot.
Yeah, and I am wondering if Buffalo's kind of feeling the pressure right now, because they are not doing so hot, and I feel like if they are struggling more on defense, then they need to be winning on attack.
University of Buffalo's forced on a save here, so could be another round just immediately given to Central because they haven't done anything extraordinary during their save round. So Hound may get the perfect timing.
Oh, backing out, which I don't blame them.
Especially you see 2 players go down. You have to go back and figure out what happened because that's, you know, that's very atypical.
Okay.
Doubles dead.
Well, we are able
Last player
to.
standing.
Get one, but there's just so many Buffalo players all over the map, so
Yeah.
they're gonna have rifles, and then Central's gonna be put in a weird spot. Bannable does have full utility. I would use that teleport down before peeking just to get out of there.
Close round, but yeah, unfortunate. And again, we keep not quite getting ahead. We keep winning around and then losing around, winning around, losing around. So we're never able to break out of this weird spot of being almost tied with Buffalo.
Yeah, I wonder if the tie will kind of push back the idea of a timeout or encourage it. Because you're like, well, we just won one, but we just lost one, so it's also a hard call. We still just kind of have the same utility as they do. There's not much new going on into this round. Hopefully, we don't get caught off guard last time, and Stroganoff is going to expect the aggression.
Yeah, we are seeing again a lot of util here. Yeah, Buffalo has been trying to play more aggressively, and sometimes it has played off and sometimes it has not.
Yeah, you see BeefStroganoff kind of threw a panic dart there, expecting them to run in, but they didn't.
Looks like
Cloud is kind of waiting to use the ult, but Buffalo is just still so hesitant.
yeah, they know they have time to wait and kind of hit Central mentally with waiting for so long.
Yeah, they're gonna body block the
Last player standing.
and BeefStroganoff
Spike
are just
down A.
gonna juggle the players.
Oh,
That's it.
No one escapes my sight.
Really good
No
distribution
one. Gun
of
here.
players there. Almost every angle was covered, so there was no issue.
Yeah, and we don't have to use our waylay ult there, so worked out. And hopefully we can keep this gap, but we will see. We're getting really close to the half too, so I am very curious if Buffalo will do any better on defense. They are like last map. Hopefully, Central will be able to pull through a lot more.
Yeah, so that solo ult is gonna be at least off the board, and we saw it. They're not super comfortable or knowledgeable about how to use their Astra ult, so I don't think I have many worries going in this round. Just hopefully, Hound has an escape route here using the shotgun up close. Yeah, ideally he wants to get one and get out. So we just have to play the patience game. But we're gonna get a pick there, so that's gonna make all Buffalo players want to go towards the other site since there's some space.
Yeah.
So that's gonna ruin Hound's plan here. That's gonna be a little bit harder.
Yeah, it looks like Central scrambling a little bit more here. And it looks like yet again we might have this weird back and forth of we win, they win, we win, they win. So
yeah, our biggest mistake is we keep giving University of Buffalo these rifles when they're on a save, and it's like if we kept it out of their hands, it's basically our round, and these timings are just not it.
Yeah, it seems like we keep really wanting to put Buffalo in a box and predict their plans. And we have not always been. Sometimes we have been successful with that, but sometimes we have not been. And it is sometimes hard to predict all those things. And it looks like Kimmel just gonna try to see if he can get anything here.
Yeah, but they're gonna play
Last
really
player
aggressive
standing.
angle. He's gonna do his best.
Yeah, getting 2.
He's gonna be able to get 3.
You know what? That was decently good for getting 3, but yeah, so unfortunately, yep, it's 6-5. Again, we keep going back and forth. Last round before the half, though, we are gonna see probably these ults get popped. Oh, we're seeing a timeout. Interesting call right now to have a timeout.
Yeah, especially for the last round of the half, you would think you'd want to save it for when you change your strategy and you switch sides and the whole dynamic shifts. But I guess this one round really means everything to Buffalo.
I mean, yeah, they could tie it up here if they play their cards right. So I'm sure they're talking about that. Because they probably really want to go into this half tied. Just to help Central not have that game advantage. But they're going to have to... Both teams are going to really have to talk about their plan. Really make sure it's solidified and that they're checking their angles. And talking about how they're going to use these ults. So, yeah.
I think the call will just be to use them again, because that's what happened last time Buffalo called a timeout. And, Central has had a lot of kind of patience and discipline, I guess, because we haven't seen a timeout from them at all, even though when they've been down or when they've, been tied. So I think they're getting better at making decisions in real time instead of needing to take a timeout, which can be a really good sign.
Yeah, and I think also the amount of timeouts that Buffalo has been taking has been helping Central use those to also kind of be their timeout and talk about things. So, it's interesting, to see that they haven't called a timeout themselves yet.
Yeah. I wonder if Buffalo beat them to it, but it's just so odd to me to call a timeout just for this one round.
Yeah. But maybe they were even discussing what they wanted to do after the half during this timeout. I have no idea. We are able to get a pick there right away.
Bannable and BeefStroganoff gonna double up. That's what you want to see. We're gonna get so much information from Hound here.
Yep.
Gonna follow there. That was not the greatest way to jump out of here.
Yeah, that was a really weird play. I don't know why Hound did that. But it's a 3v3, but unfortunately the other team has their ult still. So this could be rough for us.
Yeah, we're gonna see them immediately use that. Gonna try and clear outside, so it's gonna give them the information that there's not single players on site at all. So.
Yeah, and it looks like Central's kind of scrambling to get over there and to take back to the site. They're gonna have to be careful here if they want to win this.
He's able to get the trade. He's gonna go for the rendezvous.
Yeah,
One enemy remaining.
He's able to get one, so
yeah.
He's gonna immediately pop that ult, try and make it easier for them to use, but University of Buffalo's on site.
Yeah, and it's just so many different angles. They don't know where to check right now, and this is... Oh, okay. Will they have time to defuse? Question.
They do, in fact. So,
wow.
Buffalo
That was a crazy round there. Mistakes from Central, mistakes from Buffalo. It very interesting.
Switching sides.
Yeah, so we're gonna see them go on attack, which, you know, they have always done pretty good on attack, no matter what the map is.
Yeah.
So we've kind of, I don't know, we kind of thought maybe they do defense just to get it out of the way because it's not their strongest side. So, you know, I think we'll see the exact same thing that happened on the road because you've seen University of Buffalo, I think, plays these agents a lot differently than Central does.
Yeah.
So I think there will still be some sort of gap, whether it be in Central's favor or in Buffalo's.
Yeah, I am really interested to see Buffalo's defense. If it was just a weird them struggling because of their agent comp last map, or if they do just genuinely struggle on it. We're gonna kind of find that out soon after these pistol rounds.
I think they are getting a little bit aggressive on defense, so you can kind of see the attacking mindset seep into this round.
Which could work out for them, but it looks like Central's just running away, so...
Well, they know there's 3 Buffalo players that can't help the other 2 on this side, so they're like, we might as well just go.
Yeah, but it is interesting that, unfortunately, these Buffalo players are in weird spots that might mess up Central.
There's so many smokes on this side. There's so much utility. Now Bimmel's in a 1v2.
It is crazy how the tables can turn because literally just a second ago, we were winning and now we're losing a little bit. And it is disappointing to see. Bimmel might not be expecting this.
Has to look at every single angle all at once.
Yeah,
30 seconds left.
Really hard.
Looks like they know where he's at.
Yep.
One enemy remaining.
He gets the other one as well.
Will
Both
he have time to play
headshots.
it?
Both headshots. So he's gonna get that extra all point.
Yes. Wow, that was... Central is able to get themselves out of these tough spots with just crazy mechanical skills, and it is shocking to see every time, like, how good they can play when they're in sticky situations, which is such a good thing to have.
The most surprising thing is Buffalo didn't even play that bad. You know, they had the double setup there with 2 players looking at the same angle, and they just fell because the second Buffalo player just didn't react off of that. It looks like they're going to be aggressive.
Wow, very aggressive. Going fully into CMU spawn, but this time we're taking them head on. Oh, and it is going back and forth on both sides.
Yeah, you would think a little bit less even for a save round like this for Buffalo, but a lot of things happened. We did see a flash, and so that is why our waylay fell. And it looks like Buffalo is just going to mostly back off and give us sight here. There's not much they can do to kind of deny the plan.
Yeah. Very interesting choices here from Buffalo.
Remaining.
And it is... I do have to say, them being super aggressive is almost working, but Central is just a little bit ahead, especially with us having better guns in that round.
And Bimmel is just really on an aim game right now.
Yeah, so... Yeah, Bimmel already has his ult because of those headshots, so... We could see that going off quite early here.
Yeah, and you might as well, because there's nothing Buffalo can do to counter it, because they don't have their ultimates anytime soon, so... I feel like that could be a really good wild card.
Yeah, and just like that, we are able to get ahead quite a bit. It is 9-5. That gap is growing just like it did last time.
Playoffs are so close for Central Michigan.
Yeah, this game is determining, will we be able to win this? Will we be able to go to playoffs and keep being in this? Or will we get cut? So... I think we're definitely seeing some crazy performance from Central because that's on the line.
Yeah, we're gonna go into our bonus here, and we got
Spike
2
down,
people
attacker spawn
from Buffalo's team already.
Yeah.
Even though this is on their full buy. Looks like Spike did go down, but we recovered it. Everything's good.
Yeah. It looks like we're going to transition towards A, which Buffalo might not fully be expecting since nobody's really there.
Yeah, even though all the commotion kind of happened over on A, we might just have a free sight, and that could spell out the round for us. Buffalo is getting a little bit more curious, trying to track those angles. Central just needs to go a little bit faster. And we have the sight just like that. And now Buffalo's like scrambling over.
That was really interesting. Buffalo not realizing at all that they were on A, even with their slower play.
They just had no information here.
Come on, just
And
shoot.
we're just gonna see.
Just shoot.
We're gonna see.
Shoot. Please.
And it's
This
so
hurts.
scary.
Just shoot. Yes. It hurts so much that we know that the other players threw the smoke, but they don't know. Oh my gosh.
Oh, a really good flash
Oh.
there from Hound. Again, he just knows how to use these flashes so
Yeah.
well.
I think this is gonna mess up Buffalo's economy since we won on their 5 round.
Yeah, so that's gonna force them into a save, and then we're gonna go into this round without really having to buy guns. Like you see, Bannable's keeping the outlaw, so he's gonna have way more money, and that's just, you know, he's gonna have us all online soon, so this really messes up Buffalo's plan here, and that's gonna give Central another round, possibly.
Yeah, and again, we are creeping up towards match point. The divide is getting bigger. We have 5 rounds on Buffalo. If they want to do something here, they have to catch up so much.
It's so interesting to
Don't
see
miss me
Hound
too
on, like, a duelist as opposed to usually playing KO or something like that. Like, he excels on multiple roles, which, you know, he makes him such a good flex.
Yeah. And we are kind of expecting this strong play here again from them, this aggression. We are ready for it. We're like, nope, we're just gonna wait.
Yeah, that's a really good call from Central.
Yeah.
Sometimes they get a little bit too
Oh!
greedy. These beautiful shots from Bimmel. It's insane. So
Wow.
much control with every single click there. You can almost feel it.
Yeah, that was beautiful. And if he wanted to, he could try to go for the ace.
Yeah, one player of Buffalo is low, but will his teammates get greedy?
One enemy
Well,
remaining.
unfortunately, that ace is stolen from Bannable, which is okay. Flawless round, yep. Perfect. And it is 11-5. Victory is getting closer.
Yeah, and look, you see Central Michigan literally flowing with credits, like,
Yeah.
and Buffalo's struggling to even get full shields here,
Yeah.
trying to stop them from match point, which, you know, is different from last map, because they made the call to save for match point, but this time they're going to try and buy to prevent match point, so I wonder if they made that decision because it didn't work out last time.
Yeah. Which I do overall think sometimes it's a better choice.
You
just
want to
because,
play? Let's play.
It doesn't leave everything right to the end.
I know, but it just puts you in a weird position if you're on a save and they're on match
Yeah.
point, so it's just a really hard call to make, but I think flip-flopping isn't the worst idea.
Yeah, we're gonna see Bannable has ult gun thing, so that's gonna be challenging.
Rendezvous.
It is now a 4v4 trade.
Able to go for a ball bin there.
Oh, got
Able to
another.
immediately switch his crosshairs
Yeah.
there.
Did well being low on health. Unfortunately, he died though. But now it is a 2v2. Buffalo does have that Astra ult. Will they play it well? Is the real question.
It's going to be a little bit harder to get the full value from the Astral with only 2 players because you don't know where they are when you cast it. So, especially this late into the round,
Yeah.
it's going to be a little bit harder to use it to its full potential.
Yeah.
Last player
quickly.
standing.
Really questionable fight there for BeefStroganoff, leaving Hound all alone, but I have faith.
Yeah.
I have faith.
We have seen Hound do some crazy moves here. And they were not able to find Hound with that drone anyway, so they might not be expecting.
And he's so ready for the angle! And they line
Well,
up
I
for
saved it.
him.
Oh,
Don't make
yeah,
a
I
big deal
think
about it.
that drone
Match point.
play that Buffalo did really messed them up because they didn't see anything on it. They thought they were good. They were not expecting that at all. And Hound used that to his advantage to fully take them out.
Honestly, it's so different because Buffalo, I feel like when they use their Sova drone, it's a little bit slower, but when you see BeefStroganoff use it, he goes so fast, he immediately tags someone. So, like I said, I feel like there's a gap in the way that these teams play the same
Cutting
agent.
through.
So that's why we're seeing the gap in the scoreboard, honestly, because They probably could have used that drone a little bit more efficiently and found the positioning, but they didn't.
Yeah. And we are seeing Central go into this with everything. This victory is so close. Playoffs are so close. They want to just win this round and get it done and over. They want this. So
yeah, we did use Waylay ult there, and that's gonna buy us a lot of time. Bimmel does unfortunately fall.
BeefStroganoff struggling to get this, but is able to.
It's gonna be a lot of trades back and forth, and it's just gonna come up to this double up here.
Teleport's
Yeah,
ready.
and it's gonna be hard. One of their players has a nice gun. You have to catch him off guard. You're not able to.
And Cloud is
Oh,
able
One
to
enemy
though,
remaining.
and now it leaves
Last
it in a
player
1v1.
standing.
But BeefStroganoff, he has ult,
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't know if he's gonna be able to use it well.
and
Consent.
they're not gonna have enough time to really do anything.
Shot that.
Yeah. BeefStroganoff just needs to. Oh.
And they were so
So close. 0.79 away. That was one of the closest rounds we have seen. But we are back on that match point. This is not over yet. Central still has another round to do this all over again. And again, we've been drowning in credits, so we should be fine here.
Yeah, we're totally fine in terms of economy. It's just trying to find a good strategy, good solution to just close it out.
And Buffalo's still holding on to that Astra ult, which is a very interesting choice.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's just really hard to use it when you don't have the exact setup for it. Like, I feel like it is very situational. Hound's gonna use that really good flash again. Bimmel's kind of getting rushed by other players.
Yeah, unfortunately, Hound not quite ready in time.
Bimmel is though, and he's ready for it.
Yes.
My ult's ready.
Barely taking any damage there, too.
But he's not gonna expect that third player, is he?
Yeah. I think he hears him, but he doesn't know where he is. No, he doesn't. Ooh. Oh,
Last player standing.
wow. The other team, Blizzard, able to pick them off. Even just Bannable.
He's not able to close it out, and that's gonna, you know, it could be a little bit of a warning sign for Central's economy. And they're gonna have a lot more ultimates than Central does, so it gives them a little bit more leeway for mistakes.
Yeah, this is very scary here. We do have the pressure on Buffalo that we are about to win, but it seems like Buffalo is using that pressure to really perform well here. And yeah, now they have all these ults on the board. We only have one. It would not work out well for us if we don't play our cards right. We need to not let Buffalo catch up. We don't want to go into overtime.
Yeah, especially, I think Central will be forced into a save if they don't win this round, and that puts them in a really bad position where Buffalo can get another round and then another round.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're gonna have to put everything we have into this, even though it's gonna be so hard, because we don't have any counter ults or anything for
Yeah.
this.
Again, Blizzard in this interesting position to help pick off people.
We
Oh,
saw a lot
man.
of risks from both teams. Blizzard definitely could have got more than one there, but not doing super great, so
Yeah, and it's leaving. Central's just getting hit, man. It's a
Spike
struggle.
down A.
and Kimmel did invest his ult into this round, so it's a little devastating.
Yeah.
And now we're probably gonna go into a save round, and that's gonna give Buffalo up to 12-9.
Yeah, they unfortunately have the spike in their control. Can't do anything. We're just gonna have to back off and save our guns that we have. But I am wondering if Buffalo's gonna go on the hunt for them. Looks like they are, so no, it looks like they might stay in sight.
Yeah, looks like they're just guarding the spike.
30
Super
seconds
hard defense to get through.
Yeah.
You're not making it through.
So yeah, Central's just gonna save their guns.
Yeah, because like I said, it's gonna put them in a really bad economy, so
Mhm.
this is the best choice to go for.
Yeah, and unfortunately, yeah, just not really any of us close to. I don't know if
10
we're
seconds
close
left.
to getting our ult. So
Yeah, looks like at least Bannable and Bimmel are not very
Yeah.
close whatsoever.
but yeah, Central unfortunately letting Buffalo catch up here, and we are getting close to them tying it up. We need to win something here, but yeah, with this bye round, it's gonna be a little bit devastating to try to win this. So I hope that Central focuses on getting more alt orbs and getting more alt points, because that might change the game here.
Yeah, the closest ultimate we'll have is Cloud. So I wonder if Central will try and prioritize that or just try to prioritize overall gameplay or what they're going to do, because University of Buffalo still has 2 ults on the line, and they got a little bit better at using them.
There they are.
Yeah, and Buffalo's kind of taking a little bit of a different stance here, so I'm hoping that Central will be expecting it.
Yeah, you see Central so scattered around the map, and it's a little worrying because now Hound's kind of fighting this alone.
Yeah, very interesting.
Here.
It's kind of weird. We're at like a standstill right now. Both teams trying to see who can get first blood, if they can push on to site.
And Bimmel's just getting a little bit too antsy for my liking. We're going to have 3 players here ready. We're going to be able to get those 2, which is looking so great for us in this round. We could just end it here.
Oh, unfortunately, Bimmel getting picked.
That's going to force University of Buffalo off a little bit. He's not. He is ready for it. That is a crazy shot.
Oh my gosh. This player on Buffalo is popping off and killing all of us.
Last player standing.
And just like that, all of that work we had just erased in a few seconds.
Just from that one player alone. Really devastating here. I thought, wow, maybe we might win this on a save round, but now it's looking almost impossible. And yeah, they just are guarding the spike yet again. Really unfortunate.
Yeah, it's kind of impressive that Waylay movement just did not throw him off his game at all. So we're going to be, it looks like in another save round. So that's going to be a little bit awkward.
Definitely. Yeah, we can't afford to really do all that much. And we saw our last save round almost went well, but that gun was so oppressive. We were not able to take it out of Buffalo's hands, so just gonna see it happen again if they're ready for it.
Yeah, we're gonna have to really prioritize like the stuns and the shock darts and the recon darts and the flashes, because that's the only way to push that operator off an angle.
Yeah.
And it looks like 2 players are gonna fall immediately there.
Yep, and Bannable not able to win that fight either. I'm just hoping our economy can recover after this, because if we don't win this next round, it's going to get too close to really... Won't we have to go into overtime because they have to win by 2, so...
I
have the spike.
Central may make the call to just save again here.
Yeah. Looks like they're just slowly moving up the middle. They're in a weird spot.
There's really not much they can do, and I don't think it's worth to try and fight this 5v2. So it looks like we're going to see that save.
Yeah. It is interesting calling a save, though, so early. You have to wait 40 seconds. So I wonder if Buffalo's going to try to hunt them down or if they're just going to chill out.
I don't think so. You have so much patience coming from Buffalo.
30 seconds left.
Just haven't moved whatsoever.
Yeah. Yeah, and it looks like Buffalo is going to just chill out, I think. Let Central have the save. And that will bring it to 12-10. And yeah, if Buffalo is able to get that out to 12-11, we're going to start going into overtime. So
10 seconds
Central
left.
will need to win this next round if they want to win this without having this back and forth. And it's just so unfortunate that we are seeing Buffalo creeping up on Central so much. Yep, just like that, we're moving on to the next round. We do have a Waylay ult, but that's it. Oh, and we do see Central calling a timeout, which I think is a very good choice here.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to really prioritize using that Waylay ult, because Buffalo is so good, especially with that operator. It's so impressive. But if we use the Waylay ult, it'll make it so much harder for them to use the operator or the rendezvous or anything coming from Buffalo. So I think that's going to be a really integral part of their strategy going into this round.
Yeah, and I wonder if Cloud is feeling the pressure here, because it could be on his shoulders to get something to happen. But yeah, this is also giving Buffalo a time to talk about how they should use their ults if they're going to use it. They still have been holding on to this Astra ult, which they haven't had like a good opportunity to use it, so...
Yeah, Central hasn't been able to really get the bomb down or get on site, so they haven't seen much of it. Like, reason to use the Astral, I feel like.
Yeah. So, I'm sure both teams are talking about a lot of stuff. They know that playoffs is on the line, so both teams are probably sweating right now about what to do. All right, we're gonna see them go full B this time.
Yeah, I think a big problem is that we're using so much time to try and gather space and info. Maybe Buffalo would not expect a full, hard, aggressive push from us, which we can definitely achieve with double duelist.
Yeah. We do have 3 people on B, so we will have to hopefully be expecting that. We do know that 2 of them are there, so.
Yeah, you just need to turn off so much better. It basically goes, yeah, and Buffalo.
Oh. Okay, we have a trade. Oh, but then Blizzard able to get one.
And yeah, Kimmel, it's all up to you. Pull out one of those games.
Yeah.
And he's gonna be discovering that forces him to back off a little bit.
Yeah.
Bannable does have a really good flank, but he's
Yeah.
not gonna let it go to waste, thankfully.
Yeah. Oh, that was good. It's 3-3. This is gonna be tough. Central needs to fight for this. Playoffs on the line.
Right
Match
there.
point.
Kimmel knows exactly where they are, but he just can't do anything about it. And he is able to get one. Bimmel able to get his.
There's just 1 player left.
I need to see the greatest teamwork right now and the most discipline Central has ever demonstrated.
And we see this last Buffalo player running over. They know what's on the line. They want to pick him off.
He's not gonna go for the operator, and we know exactly where he is.
Yep.
We just need to have the patience and the discipline.
Yes.
Super good trade.
Attackers win.
That's how you beat the odds.
Yes, and we closed it up. We did it. We were able to successfully go to playoffs, it seems.
Yeah, so we're gonna play Eastern on Thursday
Thursday.
still,
Yeah.
and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna go into
Yeah.
the playoffs, and that'll be so cool. So make sure you tune in after spring break on
Yes.
Tuesday, the week we come back.
Yes, and tune in Thursday before spring break to see our game against Eastern, one of our rivals. So, yes, we have many exciting games coming up because we did make playoffs. So, thank you for watching this. Please tune in again. It was fun seeing you.
Yeah, have a good night.